Well, hello and welcome everybody. My name is Connie Anne and I'm happy to have you here. I am going to walk you guys through some amazing information together. So I want us to get honest and clear with each other. If you want to have a really good experience here, please participate, use the chat, answer. If you're watching this on the replay, interact with this video like you're already here, live and in person. Okay, wonderful. So let me ask you, are you sick and tired of seeing other people get results, talk about the amazingness they've had, while you feel like you're standing still, you're still at the starting gates? If that's you, then I want you to really dig into this. If you're okay with that, if you're feeling good and you don't have to worry about that's great. You don't actually have to be here. People that need to be here are the people who need motivation, who need help, who are feeling stuck. So I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to take away from your amazing momentum you're having with your company. But of course, if you want to stay, you want to listen to this, I am 100% happy to have you here. So, are you really maybe kind of pissed off at where you are in your business? Are you really wondering if you're going to have to quit and go back to corporate? And does that freak you out? If it does, then we're in the right place. Then you need to be here. All right. I'm going to show you what, why, and how about all of this. So if you're ready to do what it takes to make it happen, then this will be a results shifting hour for you. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I know pretty much why everybody is stuck, broke, and being passed by. So I want to talk to you about that today. I'm about to give you a behind-the-scenes tour of my process because you really don't have a tech problem. You don't have an anything problem on the outside. You don't have a niche problem. What you have is a bit of a commitment problem. And I'm going to tell you what the commitment problem is all around, just as we dig in here. So stay with me. But I want you to know that it is not a tech problem. If what's holding you back is managing social media or getting your funnel up and running or any of that stuff, that is not actually the real true problem. Before I go any further, I do want to dig into some legal stuff for you. I do need to let you know that I don't know you. I don't know how well you're going to implement what I'm about to teach you. And to be honest with you, most people don't even get around to doing what I teach here. So any results I talk about in this presentation are not typical. It's going to take effort, persistence, and patience. By trying anything new on our own, there's always a chance it's not going to work out. I am in no way promising as to what results you can achieve out of what I am going to teach you here today. All right, that's out of the way. So I want to hear you. If this is you, please put a yes in the comments. Are you sick and tired of hearing others talk about their successes, their wins, the money they're making, the business they're building, while you feel like you are still stuck at the starting gates? If you are sick and tired of that, then please put a yes in the comments. I want to hear from you. Thank you to those of you who are commenting. Thank you. That's what it's all about. Thank you. Thank you. That's the commitment. You guys stay there. Be involved in this conversation. Turn off all distractions. If your camera's not on, turn on your camera. If you're not taking notes, you want to grab a pen and paper and take some notes. We're going through a lot of stuff in this next hour together. All right. I don't want you to waste your time. I want you to be committed. Passive learning does not work. Active learning does. Okay. I promise you that you want to be fully present. This could be the shift that changes everything for you. And I'm not saying that lightly, because what I'm teaching you is what I did to go from homeless to the life I live today. And I'm seriously going to share that with you today. No fluff. It's going down. Okay. So make sure you're paying attention. All right. So give me a moment of your time and ask you this. I want to fast forward you into the future, 1 year from now. Can you fast forward for me for just a minute into the future 1 year? What if nothing's changed? What if you keep doing what you've always been doing? What if you keep doing the activities you've been doing up until today? Where will you be? What will that look like? Write it down. Think about it deeply. This is the time for honesty and truthfulness for yourself. Even if you don't put it in the chat, even if you don't share it with anybody, get honest with yourself. Get yourself committed to the answer. 1 year from now, if nothing changes, where will you be? What will that look like? And while we are sitting here in this moment, let's zip forward 2 years. What if? What if nothing changes? And you might think something's going to change. Will it? Will you be further ahead in 2 years? Where will you be working? What will you be doing? How much further ahead from where you are now will you be 2 years ago if you keep doing what you've been doing? All right, so I haven't finished just yet. Now one more what if. Fast forward now for me. It will be 2028. Still, things have not changed. What if? What if you're still doing what you've always done? What results will you have? Where will you be living? What kind of car will you be driving? Where will you be going for vacations 3 years from now if nothing changes? Are you hoping that next week everything's going to bust open and change, just like magically? And if you do, how long have you been telling yourself that? And if it's been a while, why do you think next week will be any different than this week and last week? 3 years from now, are things really going to be all that different? And if you have a hard time thinking about that, think about 3 years ago. Where were you and how are you from that? Even 6 months ago, how far ahead are you? Are you telling yourself the same stories? If you do not change your approach to what you're doing, what you have done in the last few months or maybe even years, nothing is going to change. It's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, yet here we are. How many webinars have you guys been to in the past? Have you taken action on what they're teaching? If you do not change your approach, nothing's going to change. One thing I'm very good at is getting people going and getting you to get to the root of what's holding you back. That's why you started a business. That's why maybe you hired a business coach or a marketing coach or you're reading the book. You want success. So stop doing the same thing, expecting something new. So many people come to these webinars. I can't even tell you how many. Hundreds and hundreds of people have come to my webinars and they are still stuck. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom. Take notes, pay attention, and after this, do the work. Follow through on what I suggest that you do here, and you will have an amazing future. 3 years from now, things will be amazing. But you got to take the action. You got to do the work. How do I know what I'm talking about? I used to be where you are. Actually, I was probably even more so down the hole. I hope you've never been there. I blame the outside world. I listened to the wrong people. I tanked my life. And I invested tens of thousands of dollars on the wrong coach. I hired somebody and paid them a lot of money, to help me totally destroy my business. I've done all of this so you don't have to. I know what a good coach looks like. I know what a really bad coach looks like. I took the long road to realizing that I got myself into this mess. I'm the only one that can get myself out of this mess. If I got myself homeless, I can get myself into a really good place. So I began asking myself, what can I do? How can I take control? And I did the work. You've got to do the work. And I have been there so you don't have to. I want you to never be where I was. I want you to have an incredible, amazing future starting right now, today, and you can. I'm about to give you the keys to the kingdom. To get the results you really want when it comes to having a wildly successful business, you must play by a different set of rules. And the rules are free. The tools are free. You have them. You were born with them. They are all around you. They are with you right now. But you must start using them and playing with them in the right way. Most people think of free stuff as not worth any value, but I am telling you that you were born with it. You have all the tools, everything you need to be wildly successful right now. You've got to take them seriously. And you got to implement what I'm telling you. And I suggest right now, if you're distracted in any way, shape, or form, put down the phone, put down the book, turn off whatever else you're doing, and pay attention. This is the day it all changes for you. So I discovered a process, a funnel. I created a method that quickly and easily gets you doing the things that you have to do to create the momentum that you're craving. What if you totally knew you had to be successful? What if you knew you could not fail? What if you knew you could not fail? Then what would you create? What would you go after? All of the people you're listening to out there, all of those books, you have not been told what I'm going to tell you today. Like I'm going to tell it to you. I'm going to lay it to you straight. You have not been told how to do this simply and this way until now. That's why I put this together, and that's why I'm teaching you this. I want you to have it all. My goal for you in this training is to drag you out of your negative mental spin cycle and show you how to take control of your success without spending hours a day studying. Maybe some of you don't even really believe right now that you're ever going to get to that life you want to live. Am I right? If you have a business that feels like it's in a negative spin cycle, type me in the comments. Is that you? Do you feel like you're in this negative tailspin that you're never going to get out of? Or at least write it on your piece of paper in front of you. I've been coaching and teaching this for a long time, over a decade. I know what's stopping you. I know what's holding you back. There's two big things stopping you from embracing what's right in front of you, doing the things you know you need to do. And you're not doing the things properly. There's two things. The first thing that's in your way is that you signed up for success and then you let fear get in the way. You started a business and then you let fear talk you out of it. I know, but, yeah, but Connie, you don't know. Yeah, but Connie, I'm not. Stay with me. You let fear pretend it was a tech problem. You let fear pretend that you're busy. Even if you really think that you don't have the knowledge to build the thing, you can get it done. You can hire somebody. You can go to tech support on the site you're using. and ask the questions and figure it out. You can learn. You learned how to use Zoom. You learned how to drive a car. You maybe learned how to bake bread. You can learn the stuff, or you can find somebody to help you learn. I have had hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of these conversations, and I'm going to tell you that pretty much every single time when we really break it down and get honest, it's about the fear. So let's have a real solid conversation right now around this. One of the sneakiest things about fear is it rarely introduces itself to you as fear. You'll say you're too busy, but really, you're worried about getting it wrong. You're scared. You don't want to mess it up. You don't want to look foolish. You're worried about what other people are going to say about you if you get it wrong. You tell yourself you'll just organize your files first. You'll clean out that closet. You'll organize that drawer. This is the most incredibly huge procrastination technique, and it's BS. Fear shows up wearing a disguise. It disguises itself. It is very, very sneaky. You tell yourself you're just not good at tech, and the truth is nobody was born that way. I was not born to learn how to do webinars. I was not born to know how to button up a shirt. We learned that too, didn't we? Drive a car, all that stuff you have to learn. What fears do you have that are keeping you stuck? Now, what is holding you back from being successful? And be honest and truthful. Right at the beginning, I said, we've got to be honest, we've got to be truthful. And that starts with you being honest and truthful with yourself. But here's what we all have to know. This is what you need to recognize. Fear does not scream at you. It rarely does, unless you're bungee jumping or on one of those crazy midway rides. It does not scream at you. It seldom does. The fear that holds you back in your business and stops you from moving forward whispers. It whispers to you in a reasonable voice. And it will quietly kill your progress one believable excuse at a time. It will quietly kill your progress one believable excuse at a time. How do you know? I can't. I don't know how. Now's not the right time. And it goes on and on and on and on. Success does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to own it. Sorry, success doesn't require perfection. It requires you to own it. Take responsibility for it. Good? Okay, let's move on. The second problem in your way. You dreamed of an amazing, miraculous life, the life you want to live. There's something inside of you you crave. But you took the advice from somebody who never built the life you want to have. You're taking advice from the wrong people. You are letting the outside world control your thinking. You're listening to your friends and family when they tell you you shouldn't do that, or you should do this. Be reasonable. Don't set yourself up for failure. You don't want to do that. Be reasonable. And on and on and on it goes. So be careful who you tell your dreams and your goals to. What other people are telling you, you're believing them. It's easy to listen to the people you love. But here's what you have to remember. You cannot take bold advice from safe people. If you need to have something, if you're craving something, if you're going after something you've never done before, and it's really out there, it's a big, beautiful dream, and you are listening to people who have never stepped out of their comfort zone ever in their life, does that feel like a good idea? No. You cannot believe them when they tell you it cannot be done. You cannot tell them because they don't know what's in your heart, what you're capable of, and you don't even know what you're capable of right now. You need to protect your dream like it's sacred because it is. And the next time somebody offers you unsolicited advice, here's what you need to do. You need to ask yourself, is this about you or is it about them? You will be surprised that it's probably about them. The dreams they never went after, the life they didn't dare create. Imagine when you're successful and you are making a lot of money, how they're going to feel about their life. And here's a really great question I share with my clients and my students. How is their life? If your child grows up to be like the person giving you advice, would you be proud of them? Do you want them to grow up like that person? If the answer is no, be careful. Stay focused, stay grounded. Stop handing your microphone to the people who are not even in the arena, the people who don't even know. Why are you listening to them? Why are you letting them talk to you? When you stop doing that, it will set you free. There are no shortcuts. No shortcuts when it comes to creating the life and the income that you crave. You have to do these things. If you keep letting fear step in your way and you keep talking to people and taking advice from people and agreeing with people who have never built the life that you're going after, you are not going to get there. It won't happen. You have to take those steps. There's no easy way to build a successful business. There's no shortcuts. More of the same of what you're doing right now is not going to get you there. There's a story about a fly on a window. It's in a book called U Squared. But the premise of it is the fly is on the window trying to get outside. And it can't. The garden is on the other side. It just needs to go right there. But it goes at the window, over and over and over until it dies, little legs up on the window ledge, instead of looking around for an open door to go outside. That is what you're doing if you're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. More of the same is going to sabotage you. You will not get there. So how do you fix these issues? Let's talk about that. You need two things. The first thing that you need is you need a way to push past the fear when it whispers to you. What do you need to do to get past the fear? What will you do when it strikes? You must have a game plan. What is your game plan? How will you recognize it when it comes up? And how will you get yourself to do that thing that's freaking you out a little bit? The other thing you need is a system that gets you to follow through on your commitment. You have to have steps in order so you can keep going and create the thing you want to have. You have to have these two things. You can't let fear push you. You need a way through. You need a map, a way. All right. When you conquer these two things alone, will it change your result? Absolutely, they will. Are you going to do these things? Put yes in the comments if you are going to commit to doing these things. Because nothing will change if you don't. You will keep letting fear and other people stand in the way of the life that you know you're here to live. There's no shortage of information out there. We all know that, right? You can learn for hours and hours and hours of what might work better than what you're already doing, but you don't need any more information, right? You got lots of it. You're like, oh, information overload, right? We got YouTube, we got books, we got videos, we've got podcasts, we've got it all. What you need is the exact method and process that gets you to easily and fearlessly do the things that you must do. And that's what I'm talking to you about today. I'm going to talk to you about the process, the journey, the system that's going to get you there. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to layer it out. We're going to get you going in the right direction. I want to talk about the results that people have gotten from being at these webinars before. They've come to these webinars. They were not my clients. They did the work that I'm asking you to do today. Andrea was paralyzed with negativity and thought she would never, ever, ever have any progress in her life. She studied. She looked at books. She studied. She took in what I taught her, what I'm teaching you here today. And she went from having no income to having an amazing income. She went from no power or internet to selling her art online and teaching other people how to do it, all within 3 months of attending a webinar just like this. And Rachel was super overwhelmed. She wanted to start a business, but she had no idea even of a concept of a business that she wanted to have. She had many well-meaning friends and families giving her advice, helping her keep stuck, telling her what she should and shouldn't do, and she was believing them. But when we spoke, she listened and she implemented what I'm about to show you. She had a business plan. She has a way through. She was testing product, getting it into stores. She found a way through from what I'm teaching you today. Good? Okay. I'm saying that to inspire you to keep taking notes and do the work that I'm telling you to do. So what produced these results? My method is called the Inside Out Success Method. I created it. I learned how to take control of my thinking, and I want to teach you how to take control of your thinking. When you control your thinking, your outside world instantly changes, and you will automatically start doing the things you knew you needed to do. When you take control of your thinking, it starts on the inside. Learning how to powerfully lead yourself is a skill you cannot unlearn. And it starts today. Powerfully lead yourself right here, right now, to do this work. Promise yourself you're going to do the stuff I'm talking to you about today, and you will be unstoppable. A little bit about me. I started out as a one-on-one coach with enthusiasm. I loved it. It was amazing. What happened? It's probably happening to you right now. That's why you're here. The first inertia faded, and so did the lineup of clients. I was excited straight out of the gates, and I was doing great, and then we hit the mud, don't we? Have you ever experienced that first burst and then the fade? I'll bet you have, and maybe more than once. I knew I had to do the things that scared me if I was going to have the massive success that I was craving, that I knew I was here for. I had to break free. And knowing how to proceed despite the fear and recommitting to my goal made it really, really easy to do that. You've got to learn how to proceed despite the fear. Then the world opens up. People advise me to be reasonable. Don't set yourself up for failure. Stop spending money on coaches. Sound familiar? Yeah, me too. But you know what? If you listen to other people and not yourself, you'll find yourself taking the path that everybody else takes. You've probably heard that before somewhere, right? If you listen to other people and not yourself, you'll find yourself taking the path that everybody else takes. You'll end up like everybody else. And what's everybody else doing? They're walking around complaining about money and worrying about their money at the end of the month and how they're going to pay their rent. And there you are. You're right there with them. We have to stop that madness. What if you could easily finish what you've already started? What if you could have powerful skills to create everything else you want in your life? What if I'm about to tell you exactly what those are? What if you can't have it all? Some skeptics out there? Some of you wondering what I'm talking about? Well, I have a message for you guys. Let me tell you, I found a way through it. I figured it out. I implemented it myself and I taught it. I teach it. I found a way to easily do the things I knew I had to do. No more procrastination, no more holding myself back. Powerfully leading myself. The mark of an amazing leader is first to be able to lead yourself. Give yourself a command and follow it. You guys are here. You want success. You signed up for success when you started your business, when you hired other coaches you've hired. Now you're here. You're committing to success again. When are you going to powerfully lead yourself and get yourself to that success? And you got to embrace technology, guys. There's no way around it. If you're in your 50s like me, we got to do it. There's no way through that. As a small business owner, as a solopreneur, even if you have a little bit of staff, you got to know how to do it. You got to embrace it, because how will you know if they're doing it right? I found a way to turn my life around faster than I could have ever imagined, and I want you to do the same. Whatever life you want to live, you can have it on speed dial faster than you've ever imagined. And it's easy once you know how to do it. And I'm going to tell you right now how to do it. So if you're not already taking notes, get out a piece of paper. I'm going to walk you through it right now. All right. I'm going to show you how the inside out method works. Are you ready? I hope so. Here we go. Okay. So the very first thing that you need to do, I want you to draw a little square, an arrow, something up in the top corner with this note inside, beside it, around it, whatever you want. You have to have a strong goal. You must have a strong goal that you are connected to. Something big, something ambitious, something beautiful. Something that if you told your friends and family you were doing, they'd think you were nuts. Something that when you get it, you'll be shocked. They'll be shocked. You won't believe it yourself. That is the goal I want you to have. Not a few more dollars, not a little bit of happiness. We all want that. But what is it for you specifically? What house do you want to live in? How much money do you want to have in the bank? When do you want to have it in the bank by? Set a date to it. You must have a strong goal that kind of freaks you out, gets you excited at the same time. That is what I'm talking about. Get your head in the clouds. Dare to dream. What is that goal for you? The second thing that you need is you need to recognize your sabotaging habits. You are here. Let's pretend you're here on your life right now. If you can't see me, my hand's at my chin. Your goal is here. If you can't see me, my other hand is flat out by my forehead. There is a space between here, where you are, and up here where you want to be. That gap is your sabotaging habits and beliefs. You must close that gap. Once you stop doing the things that are holding you back, and you start doing the things that you know you have to get done, whether you don't like them, you don't understand them, they freak you out, you're worried about this, that, and the other thing, and you do those things, that gap will close. And you will start seeing momentum and success happening in your life. You must identify those things. Start doing the things you need to do. Stop doing the things that are holding you back. When you start moving towards your goal, you start doing the things you have to do, you will hit fear. When you got your strong goal and you started your company, you broke a habit and you hit fear. You started your goal, you had a habit of telling everybody about what you're doing, I'm going to build a multi-million-dollar business, and some people scoffed and laughed. You hit a wall of fear. You got your first client and you hit a wall of fear, and you keep bouncing back, bouncing back, bouncing back. You bounce off the wall of fear, or you pass through it after a while. But as those things get bigger and things start happening and growing and building, it will show up if it's not here already. You must keep going through it. If you have a strong goal, you can push past the wall of fear. But if you don't have that strong goal, none of this matters. None of it. You cannot bypass a single step of this. Okay? Understanding your mind is key. You must be in control of your thinking. You must. You have got to understand that your thoughts control your feelings. Your feelings cause an action in your body. That action causes a reaction, which causes your results. I'll say it again. Your thoughts control your feelings. Whatever thought you get involved in, you choose to get emotionally involved in, your body will move into action. You'll make the phone call. You'll spill coffee on your white shirt. You'll stub your toe. You'll smile. You'll give somebody a hug. You'll cry, whatever it is. Your thoughts will become a feeling. Your feelings will manifest in your physical body somehow. And when you do that thing, it causes a reaction. You get a hug back. You stub your toe, you receive pain. You spill on your shirt, you have to go get a new shirt. Or you get mad and angry and you choose to keep in that thing. But that result will be a result of it. What are you creating in your life? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling? And what are you doing? And stay in control of you. When you do these 4 things in this order, your world will open right up. I promise you with 100% certainty, this will happen. Your results will show up. They must. They must, by law. The laws, the universal laws are not a joke. They're a real thing. Did you know that? Like gravity. Gravity's a law. The law of cause and effect is a law. The law of polarity, it's a law. And they govern these results. Know this chart. What if you can implement this? You guys all said you were going to implement this, so are you going to do it? Are you going to get it going for you right now? Or are you thinking, yeah, but that doesn't apply to me? Are you thinking that you're not applicable in this situation? I'm telling you, you are. This works for every single person in every single situation. We all have the same mental muscles. We all have intuition, imagination, reason, will, perception, memory. We all have all of those. The problem is that yours have gone dormant. You're not using them. They've atrophied. They've stopped working. We need to wake those up. Get them going. Turn your I can'ts into I can. I won'ts into how can I's. I will. I want to. I'm going to. And you will. It'll happen. It absolutely will. So what if you do get this going? I'm going to talk to you about a couple of other people who have gotten this going. First of all, I'm going to start with me. My goal was to not be homeless. My goal was to have a consulting business that operates all over the world. Sabotaging habits, oh my God, did I have them. I am always broke. I am always homeless. Nobody's going to listen to me. I have nothing to share. Nobody's going to listen to me when I talk. I might as well just quit. I'm always going to be working at minimum wage. Oh my God, they came out. But I knew there was a better world for me out there because I had that goal and I have information that I know people need. And once I started going forward and I had to start telling my siblings, I had to start posting on social media. I had to start telling my family at family reunions what I was doing for a living. Did I hit fear? Oh, yes, I did. But you have to stay in control of your thinking. My thoughts are of myself. When the phone calls are over, when the family reunion is done and I am at my home by myself, I am the only one that matters. It's my life, it's my journey, and I am going to keep going no matter what, and I get the results I want because I know my mind. The inside out success method works for everybody. Everybody, everybody. Danielle is a carpenter. He had a business. He had a plug-in dial-up phone, the kind that plugs into the wall. He had a computer, but he just used it for looking things up when he needed a part. That was it. When he needed to order stuff, he checked his email. That was it. He knew nothing about social media. But what happened? You know, that fading of that inertia I was talking about earlier, that happened. He had a lot of customers, and then YouTube came along. YouTube stole his customers. Everybody started doing it themselves, going to the hardware store, trying to figure it out on their own, building it themselves, fixing it themselves, renovating themselves. He had to get onto social media. He had to start putting himself out there in a way he never did it before. He was too old. He had nothing to say. What kind of video would he put out? What would he tell people? How does he talk to people about it? He knew nothing about it. That was his sabotaging habit, and that was his fear. He would look stupid. He would look silly. He doesn't have a good face for camera. I don't want to show up in my grubby clothes. But he did anyway. He just showed up and he did it anyway because he had to control his thinking to get the results he wanted. He wanted to leave a legacy. He wanted to leave something behind. He wanted to teach his craft to others because he did things old school. And he wanted to leave that legacy behind. So we knew he had to get it done and he had to do it. And now he has a lineup. He's booked out 3 months in advance. That is how I used it. Daniel used it to take control of the future, to create over $10,000 a month income and beyond. You can have a $30,000 day. You can have $7 million in sales. You can do whatever you want, but you got to do it in the right order. And one more, I want to tell you, the Inside Out method worked again for team building. One of the largest network marketing direct sales companies in North America. I use this with the whole team all at once. I showed them how to walk through it. As a team, they went through this process together and I facilitated it with them. It was my bigger program than this, but you can use these steps to do the exact same thing with you and your team. Your goal, the individual people's goal, the company goal, all comes together. Because when each person gets their goal, the company gets their goal. They went through it together. They succeeded together. Now, some people didn't do it, and that's okay, and they just went on their way, and that's fine. But the majority of the team went through it together to achieve the company's goals. And they made it happen. So it works for everybody. And it worked again. Alina sold her sold her couch for food. I thought I hit rock bottom. I didn't actually have a couch to sell for food, but she was on her way to there. She was ambitious. She wanted to launch her own program, but she wasn't getting anywhere fast. She knew she was smart. She knew she had the goods. She knew what she had to do, kind of a little bit like myself. But she blamed it on the economy, the logarithms, her niche, the software, on and on and on it went. And she didn't think that she would ever learn how to do this and get past it, but she did. And I told her, if your results aren't what you want, it's not because you're broken. It's because your beliefs are running the show. Your beliefs are your sabotaging habits that are wrong. 10 million people can believe something, but it doesn't make it the truth. You got to face that fear and you got to walk through it. You got to hush those voices that you know are holding you back, and you've got to walk forward. The inside out success method is the secret to conquering fear of technology and ignoring negativity. 100% hands down, you must do these things because it gives you a super easy step-by-step process to follow in the right order. And once you follow that, everything will happen on autopilot. It will automatically shift those negative paradigms for you and get you going in the right direction. Yeah. So who does this work for? It works for you if you're a business owner. It works for you if you're an entrepreneur. If you're an online marketer, with or without a team, and anybody with a side hustle that wants to turn it into a job, into a going concern, this will work. Hands down, 100%. Good, yeah? So today I promised to teach you how to drag yourself out of your negative mental spin cycle and show you how to keep control of your success. How did I do? Did we get you there? Perfect. Great. So can I ask you a question? I'd like to ask you a question. Do you feel a little bit like this right now? We went over a lot. Are you guys feeling pretty confident? Are you feeling a little overwhelmed? Many of you have seen the value in what I've shared with you today so far. For those of you watching this that know me, you know I like to give value. I always want to help. I'm here to help whoever wants help. So if you want help, I want to help you further. Would that be all right? If I could help you a little bit further? Are you okay if I quickly show you how I can do that? So this may not be for you, may not be for everybody, but for some people, this is going to be the thing you're looking for. So if you'll give me just 5 more minutes, that would be great. There are going to be 3 challenges as you move forward with what I just taught you that you're going to have. 3 challenges with what we just talked about. The first challenge is you're going to frustrate yourself trying to force your current beliefs to let you be successful. You're going to be frustrated. Frustration's going to come up. The second thing is you're going to want to go and just read more books. And you're going to tell yourself, you're going to lie to yourself, being honest here, that this time you're going to do the work. You're going to maybe watch this replay and you're going to say, this time I'm going to do it. But will you? Will you implement those steps? Most people don't. Are you going to procrastinate? Are you going to pretend and tell yourself that you already know this stuff? Because you don't. I'm promising you that once you dig into this stuff, you're going to find out, like I did, how little we really know. Would you agree that if you could avoid these challenges, that maybe it will make a big difference in your success? Well, then I have something new I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about something I've never ever offered before. I want to offer you the full inside out success method to help you out. Self-directed, still self-directed, but I'm also going to give you a hard copy of my self-study guide and my full support for an entire year to help you implement it and make sure that you get where you want to go. How's that sound? Let me show this to you one more time. This is the map we talked about. If somebody else like me can be super successful using this, so can you. And I showed you plenty of examples of other people who can be awfully successful as well. So you can do this, but will you do it on your own? When you implement this, when people go through this with a fine-tooth comb, here's what it would look like for you. You could own the business of your dreams. The business that you dreamed of, the success you signed up for when you started your company. You can take relaxing family vacations. Live where you want to, not where you think you can afford. Where would you like to live? What would that look like for you? And maybe even retire sooner than you think possible. A lot of people right now aren't thinking they're ever going to retire. But if you get out of your own way and you do the things I just talked about you doing, you will get there. I promise you that. You will. Sounds good? Without the inside success method, without doing this, walking away today, just forget it. Connie was nice. We're good. How long will it take for you to get yourself to do the work you're already not doing that you know you have to do? How long will that take? Do you think you're going to get yourself to do it? How are you going to identify the habits and beliefs that you have that are holding you back and replace them with proper ones? How will you know? How will you know when you're fooling yourself and kidding yourself? And are you really strong enough on your own to stop listening to the outside world and to begin taking responsibility for your situation? Are you ready? Can you do it on your own? Can you make it happen? How would you feel if you could put it into action right away? What if you could do all that stuff, make it all happen, tripling, doubling your sales faster than you ever thought possible, because it is possible. If you're able to get up every day and know that you are building a successful business and nothing's going to stop you, if you can go to family functions and out with friends and say, support me, walk beside me, or get out of my way, I'm going to plow you down, how would that feel? Wouldn't that be amazing? It is amazing. Trust me, it is amazing. How would that feel for you? So imagine you're not wasting any more time and money on things that you're too afraid to use. You're just getting stuff done and doing what you need to do. Have you ever stared into the abyss of your computer, sat down and just zoned out? You don't even know why you're sitting there. You will be on such a trajectory. You will know exactly every day what you need to do to be successful, and you will get yourself to do it. You won't have that negative productivity that you feel like you're busy and you look at your bank account and it's empty. That'll go away. You won't be hiding your brilliance because you're scared of being judged. You will let your light shine. You will get it out there. And you will not be working like hell for results you're not proud of. You will work. It's going to take work. It's going to take action. Law and cause and effect. You got to cause the effect, right? But you will be so proud of it. You'll have done it. Me, I did this for me. Look what I built. Not in a boastful, egotistical way, but in a rocky at the top of the steps kind of way. You deserve to be proud of yourself. You do. Go get it. Make it happen. So what if you could have the full inside out method working for you in your life? What would you build? If you want my help building your successful mindset and getting yourself to do the things you know you have to do, I want to talk to you. And I want to see if I can help you win. Would you like that? There's a really good chance that fear is going to slow you down. Technology is going to hurt your brain, and you are going to feel like your life, the life you crave, is out of reach. And that is uncomfortable and not in a good way. You have got to make it happen. I have the solution for all of this. I know I do. And what it means is that you can finally go beyond where you currently are fast. Yeah? All right. Good stuff. So if this sounds good to you, I can only help 7 people right now. I'm taking on 7 new people into my program. I'll explain to you how it works, whether I think I can help you win or not. And if I don't think I can help you, I will tell you that too. I will send you on your way. Come back at another time. I will not waste your money, and I will not waste your time, and I will not waste my time. All right? Fair enough. I'm not going to pressure you into anything. I have nothing to sell you. My help is by application. You have to apply to work with me. I gotta know that this is the right thing for you, or I will send you off with a little bit of work to do and we can talk later. I won't push you into anything. Okay? Fair enough? So who is this for? This is for you if you are ready to do what it takes to be the owner of a very successful business. Are you ready? Yes? Cool. Do you know that you can never, ever go back to corporate? Most people can't once they've had a taste of it. You will always have this dream in your heart. If you want to stop letting the outside world drive your results, then we need to make this happen. Okay, so if you can say yes, then I want to help you. I want you to schedule a call with me by going to connieanne.com/RS-booking. I'll put it in the chat for you that are here on the live. Please book the call. If you're watching this on the right replay, there's a button right below here to book that call. All right, so go on, pick the date and time that works for you on my calendar, and I will see you very soon. Till then, take care and bye for now.